Welcome to the difference between six-figure bars and those that are barely getting by. I am Nikki and I will be teaching this masterclass tonight. Quick reminder, this presentation will take around 40 minutes or so. You can always watch this presentation again when you wish because the replays will be sent out to you, and later on it will be on YouTube. If you have any questions, please wait to the end to ask your questions. And guys, do me a favor and please put your mics on mute. Okay, we're going to give it a few minutes and let a few more people get in, and then we're going to get started. All right, guys, you're in the right place if you're ready to launch, rebrand, or restructure your mobile bar business. If you're an aspiring or current mobile bar owner looking to start, restructure, or scale your business organically and authentically without sacrificing your worth, you are in the right place. I was able to grow my business strictly off word of mouth and networking and still charging my worth. We'll talk about how I did that later on in this class. You're in the right place if you're ready to start consistently booking quality clients and building a team at the same time. Realistically, guys, in order to hit six figures, you're going to need consistent quality clients and a team. No empire was built alone. Now, I'm quite sure we all know that, right? Number 3, you're in the right place if you're ready to target your ideal clients, gain an organic following, and get brand recognition, aka brand awareness. Now, every client won't be your client, and that's okay. You won't be a good fit for everyone, and you shouldn't want to be. Your goal is to book clients that will respect your craft and honor your fees. Let me run that back for you. Your goal is to book clients that will respect your craft and honor your fees. Put a 1 in the chat if you feel me on that. All right. Because working with the wrong clients can lead to long-term repercussions. Trust me. There's nothing worse than a bad client, guys. All righty. Hello, I'm Nikki. A lot of you guys know me from IG, YouTube, or TikTok. For those of you that have no idea who I am, I'm a business coach for mobile bartenders and the owner of Branding Bartenders, an educational platform for aspiring and current mobile bartenders. I'm the lead instructor of the Bartender Society, a mentorship program where I teach mobile bartenders how to market and price themselves for long-term success in attracting the right clients. Most of you guys have already taken care of the groundwork, and now you're ready to start learning strategies to move your business into the 4 or 5 figure months and 6-figure years. That's where I come in. All right, let's talk a little bit about where I started. Let me say, I've always had a love for cocktails and entertaining. Long time ago when I was married, we used to have a lot of events at the house, and I was the host, of course. And at that time, my favorite cocktail was to make was a dirty martini. Now, you may be thinking, a dirty martini, that's not hard. But trust me, it's a skill to making a perfect dirty martini. Okay? Do I have any dirty martini lovers in here? Okay, cool. Then you know what I'm talking about. You know the difference between a good one and a bad one. Okay, I'm from Louisiana, where I studied business, accounting, and marketing. I moved to Jackson, Mississippi in 2013, where I started working at a local bar, and that's where I completely fell into mobile bartending. My customers started calling me bougie bartender for whatever reason in 2015. After doing a couple of private events on the side, I took that name, put my own spin on it, and started my mobile bartending company. As you guys can see here, I put my own spin on it. This is me at the day job. This is me working my craft, honey. When I started out, all I knew was how to create drinks, plus some business training, because being an entrepreneur was something I had been doing since 2002. As a matter of fact, my first business was wedding and event design. Getting help with my mobile bar did not come easy. I literally could not pay anyone to help me. Do you hear me on that? I couldn't give people my money to help me. Okay? Like, it's crazy. And it was all because they were afraid of competition. So I had to figure it out on my own. After much trial and error and a whole lot of bad investments, I finally mastered my craft. It took a minute, but I got it. Like a lot of you guys, I was taking on any and every client who wanted to hire me and quickly learned that that was not the move. Are any of you guys doing that right now? Put a 3 in the box if you're doing that right now. I was burnt out between my day job and my business and still wasn't making more than my day job. I was making more money at the bar than I was making doing my own thing. Right? Go figure. It became really frustrating, and I started to feel like a second job rather than a business. I knew something had to change and change fast or I was going to quit. Yep, I was just about to throw in the towel. And full transparency, I hated my bar job. It was not a good place to work. Everyone was so grimy, from the managers all the way down to the workers. Everyone was out for themselves and didn't care how dirty they had to be to get it. That was not the place for me, but I needed the money. And what do we do when we need the money? We stick around. I felt so stuck, guys. I felt like I was stuck in a bad marriage. Like, no lie. I felt like I was stuck to somebody, joined by the hip, and could not get away because my livelihood depended on that job. And when you start working a job where you are making a certain amount of money, you tend to model your life in that direction of the amount of money you're making. So it's harder to walk away because now, if your income changes, a whole lot of other things start to change. But something had to give. It's nothing worse than being miserable at work. Let me put that out there right now. If there's any of you guys in here that can feel my pain, then you completely understand. It's nothing worse than being miserable at work where you have to go because you got bills to pay. I was lost, y'all. I wore Google out. Do you hear me? I was on Google searching for my life, things I had to learn through experience, not Google. When I started my company, there were no mobile bartending coaches, and other mobile bartenders were not in the helping business. Like I stated earlier, I offered to pay for instruction, and they still dodged me like they owed me money. I really hate that people fear competition to the point that they won't be a blessing to others, whether they're charging or not. Like, I'm a firm believer, what's for you is for you. Nobody can take that from you. And it's enough out here in this world for everybody to live comfortably and eat. Where I stand, that's a fact. Nobody can take what's for someone else. I was posting aimlessly on social media. Look, I was just posting with zero strategy, just throwing shit up and hoping someone would book us. I was literally posting what I wanted to post instead of posting to attract my ideal client, which is why I was getting all the crummy clients in the beginning. I was getting clients that I would not touch now, and that's on my worth. Wouldn't touch them with a 10-foot pole. Clients who were constantly trying to negotiate my prices and asking for the world. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can relate to that. The person who pays you the least demands the most. And I'm not saying that you're not supposed to do your very best for people that you charge a little bit of money to. But you're doing your part and they want you to do more. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you may be even over delivering, and they still want you to go 2 miles up the road. They're going to squeeze every penny they paid you up out of you. Okay? No. Not charging my worth. I was out here charging little to nothing, all because I wanted to be hired. And like I said, it really wasn't the money part for me, because I made a lot of money working at the bar. I needed to get my company out there so I could get away from the bar. And if you're doing this, you need to stop right now, because not charging your worth, you may think, well, okay, at least I'm getting events under my belt. I'm getting the experience. No, what you're doing is you're setting yourself up to be put in this box of always being the cheap way to go. And then you're going to attract customers, potential clients who only want to pay you the bare minimum. Now, when we're through with this, run that back and take notes on that, because that's a fact. Today, I'm going to teach you how to create a 6-figure mobile bar company through the strategies I used and teach in the Bartender Society today. The road to 6 figures. Quality clients, effective strategic planning, and a team. Why you're stuck at barely making it? You're not charging your worth. You're dwelling on past mistakes. You're not getting help or investing in your business. And you think you don't need anyone to help you. Those are all ways to stay at barely making it. 4 strategies that will get you to 3 to 4 5-figure months. These 4 simple strategies will help put you in the tax bracket that you want to be in. Because, guys, you're not selling a service. You're selling a luxury. Why do I say that? Because nobody needs to have a mobile bar at their event. They don't need it. They want it. And what do people do when they want something? What do they do, guys? Put it in the chat box. What do they do? Right. They pay for it. Thank you. They pay for it. It is a luxury. It is not a necessity. So we're going to stop charging like we are a necessity and not a luxury. Do you think Louis Vuitton don't give discounts? They don't do discounts. Gucci don't do discounts. You can't go get you a Range Rover with a discount. You can't go into some of the best restaurants, high-priced, luxury, high-end restaurants and hotels and get discounts. So why are you discounting your service? Your service is a luxury. All right, guys, get out your pens and your notebooks, because I want you guys to take notes from this point on. As a matter of fact, let me get up and get my pen and pad. So give me about 2 minutes here. All right, got your pens and pads? Good. All right, the first strategy is content marketing. Content is the secret sauce. Period. Point blank. Even if you haven't quite discovered your ideal client, that is no excuse to put out bad content. We'll dive a little bit more into this later. Your target audience. You can't produce effective content without knowing who you're talking to. You know the whole saying of if you sell to everybody, you sell to no one? Same thing. In order to attract the right clients, you have to be speaking their love language. Every client has a love language. You have to figure out which love language is your ideal client's love language. So when you post content and they find it, it's like you're speaking to them. You are speaking directly to them. Slowly building a team. I know a lot of you guys are saying, how am I going to build a team with no clients? My answer, start attracting some clients. I know it sounds hard, but it's not. You stick with me and we're going to get you booked, okay? Booking quality contracts. And why do I keep using the word booking quality contracts? Because you want people who value your craft. Okay? You want people who value your services, not people who are only looking at the price. You want people who value you. That's what you want. You want clients that see the value in what you offer over clients who only see the price. Back to we pay for what we want. Content marketing. Why is content marketing so important? Content marketing is I can't talk, guys. Content marketing is a strategic marketing plan that focuses on creating content that solely speaks to one type of client, your client, which leads to more inquiries and easy breezy bookings. You'll never have to convince your ideal client that your service is for them. They'll automatically want to book you off your content alone. Your content should always be equated with your brand, aka brand awareness, brand recognition. This is how you will know your content is off. Your business is not growing. You're not getting as many inquiries, or you're getting inquiries and you're getting ghosted. It's some type of break in that system. You feel stuck. You don't know where to go, left, right. You don't know what to do next. You don't know what you should have did before. You just feel stuck, like you're in quicksand. You're stuck. Not a good feeling. Been there, done that. You won't be able to reach new clients. You only, if you are, depending on the type of content that you are posting, you're only attracting other mobile bartenders, other mobile bartenders, other mobile bartenders. That can't get you any work. That has to be fixed. You will feel all over the place. You don't know whether you're coming or going. You are just doing a lot of busy work, but you don't know where your sweet spot is. Nothing is hitting, nothing is resonating, nothing is getting you follows. And when I say getting you follows is not a big deal, but when it's potential clients, it's a big deal. Okay, when it's other vendors, DJs, wedding planners, photographers who are ready to refer you, a big deal. But your content has to say, work with me. This is how you will know your content is reaching your target audience. Again, followers are great, but if all you have is a bunch of followers that are not engaging, that are just following you, it defeats the purpose. Like, why are you even here? What you need to look for in your analytics is saves and shares, saves and shares, saves and shares, saves and shares. Say it with me. Saves and shares. Drop it in the chat box. Saves and shares, guys. That's what matters. Because guess what? A client could easily hire you and never even follow you. So followers are great when they're engaged. But just to have a whole bunch of followers who are not liking, engaging, does nothing for you, and it doggone sure don't do anything for your bank account. Nothing. Follow this strategy when creating content. Start with a goal. Each piece of content needs to tie into a final outcome. I put the word strategy, but outcome is the word I'm looking for here. Your content needs to make sense. You can't be advertising a mixology class one day and then drinks the next day and then something else the next day and then some random flyer the next day. You're all over the place and nobody even knows what's going on. If you're going to introduce a mixology class, then you need a week full of content that leads your audience up to that. And I don't mean posting the same flyer over and over and over again. Get creative. Get creative, guys. Create content around questions potential clients will normally ask you. When someone is looking to hire a mobile bartender, they have certain questions. They have certain questions that they're going to ask. And what do? You need to be answering those questions before they even ask them. That is the type of content that's going to get you organic following. It's going to bring the right people to your page. Study your analytics. Find out what content your audience responds to the most and create more of that. It's basically do, rinse, repeat. Or wash, rinse, repeat. That's it. Don't make it harder than it has to be. Study your analytics. Understand what you're looking at. Understand what's getting the best responses. And do more of that. Create content for every stage of a client's buyer journey. From the time they discover you till they start researching your page, your website, your landing page, whatever, your thumbtack, your Facebook page, whatever they go through to find out more information about the company and what you guys offer, right down to the inquiry. That goes back to answering questions that potential clients would ask. Answering questions that they are given insight on what they would need to know when it comes to hiring, not just a bartender, not just a mobile bartending company, but when it comes to hiring your company. Everybody got that? Okay, moving on. Target audience. Help your ideal client find you guys. Help me help you. Important things to keep in mind about your target audience. Your target audience is people who want what you have to offer. At the very least, they're interested enough to stick around or to keep coming back. It allows you to create content that speaks directly to your target audience and helps with your brand awareness, which brings inquiries and eventually more bookings. When you don't focus on your target audience, you'll end up attracting the wrong clients, and none of us want that. You won't be able to reach the clients who actually value your services because you haven't targeted the right people. Therefore, you're talking to everybody, and then you're talking to people who don't value what you got going on and not going to want to pay you what your worth is. If you don't focus on target audience, you won't be able to create a strong content message. Because if you don't know who you're talking to, what are you saying? Seriously, like if you don't know, if you guys are feeling me on this, drop a 3 in the chat. I need to see if we're on the same page here. Are you going to stick around for something that does not resonate with you? Ask yourself that. Or are you going to stick around with something that does not resonate with you? 9 times out of 10, probably no. I see, no, heck no. See, okay. You have to find that sweet spot, guys. We cannot be throwing baloney up against the wall and hoping it sticks. That does not make for a good business model. It's going to keep you frustrated, keep your money low, and just it won't allow you to grow. We're trying to get to our 6-figure years, but you got to crawl before you walk, which means you need to get those 2 figures first, 3, 4, 5. All of that takes strategy and work and research. What do you need to know about your target audience? Who are your people? Where do they work? What do they spend money on? Are they extravagant or are they frugal? What type of events do they attend? Where do they live? I have 50 questions that you need to answer in the Ideal Client Workbook. I will send the link to everybody who is in this masterclass now. And when it comes up on YouTube, it will be in the description box. All you have to do is download it and take out some time and answer those questions. And that'll give you somewhat of an idea of what type of client that you want to serve. Because isn't that the reason why we go into business for ourselves in the first place? To be able to do what we want, when we want, and have the freedom to do it? Let me know. Yeah, okay. I see you, girl. You are. Yes. Slowly build a team. Teamwork makes the dream work. I know you guys have heard that before. I know you've heard that before because it's true. Okay? Nothing great is built alone. You know, people love to say self-made. Yeah. You know, I love to equate God in that equation, or whoever your higher power is, and the people that stood by you, stuck by you, and believed in you. So it's never self-made. It's always a community. Why building a team is essential. Nothing great can be done alone. That's a fact. I don't advise you to go out there and start hiring people you cannot afford to pay. I'm not telling you to do that. For instance, don't go out and hire a full-time assistant when you should be sacrificing your own time and doing the back office work until you can afford to be responsible for someone else's livelihood. Your team will depend on you, and you don't want to let them down, so you have to be in a position to win at all times. Will you take some L's? Of course, but you will win more. Trust me on that. You will win more. Start off small. Start with the person who's helping you right now. If you have anybody that's helping you with events right now, start with them. Don't get busy. Don't be getting all booked and busy and throw them to the side. You want people around that know what it took to get where you are now. These people tend to be way more loyal because they're banking on you to improve their own well-being. And don't you want somebody that loves your business as much as you do? In my business, I don't never want to be the smartest person in the room. I'm always going to hire people smarter than me. If you want to go further, then you hire people that's smarter than you, and that's just a fact. You hire people who care about your business just as much, if not more, than you do. Start training your people to go out and represent you and the business when you're nowhere around. That's how you slowly build up a team. That's how you can do more than one event in a day. And that's how you eventually get to your 6 figures. Now look, business is business. Get some contracts with your people. Don't say, Nikki told me to go out here and hire these people as employees. I did not. I am not. I am not saying that. You need to be hiring independent contractors. Because when you are an employer and you're not ready to be one, you're on the hook for workman's comp, unemployment, paid vacation, insurance, all that stuff that has to come out of your pocket. So you start off with independent contractors. All right, guys, booking quality contracts. Signing big contracts is a huge flex because it means you have finally mastered your niche. You have finally mastered your target audience. You have finally mastered your content. And you have finally mastered how to serve your clients. It's a huge flex. Not to mention you're getting paid your worth. All right, it is time to stop accepting crumbs. Throw a 1 in the chat box if you feel me on this. It is time to stop accepting crumbs. Position your business as a business that does big luxury events. In order to do that, you got to step your game up. You can't put no high price tag on some mess, okay? You have to make the client experience one they'll never forget. You need to make it so great that they're going to hire you for every event they ever have. These will become your repeat clients. Why? Because you showed up and you showed out each and every time. Stop allowing people to diminish your worth by telling you what you should be charging them and learn the art of saying no. You do not have to accept every client that comes your way. Learn how to say, I'm sorry, but I'm booked for that day. And keep it pushing. The only way to get to these 6-figure years is to set up yourself apart and charge accordingly. They can't afford it, oh well, they're not your clients. Again, guys, this is a luxury, not a necessity. When you are putting your prices out there and you know you are giving a great service, you are giving a luxury service, you are giving an experience, you have all type of cocktails you done came up with, like it is bomb all the way around. And you're going to let somebody talk you into discounting your prices? I don't think so. Luxury does not have discounts. Luxury mobile bars are creative with their content. They're not doing what everyone else is doing. Because if you're doing what everyone else is doing, how are you going to be different? How are you going to be recognized out of all these mobile bartenders? How are you going to be the red stick that sticks out if you're doing everything everybody else is doing? People love to say comparison is the thief of joy. I like to switch that around and say in business, comparison is the thief of creativity. If you're constantly watching the other people, you cannot be creative on your own. Believe it or not, mobile bartending is somewhat of a creative business. You have to be creative on your own. You would not have been called to do what you're doing if it wasn't for you. You have everything you need to get it done. Watching other people is not going to help you. Luxury mobile bars are raising the bar at every event. Like I said, showing up and showing out. Luxury mobile bars are spending the money and they're getting in rooms that will take them further. You have to invest in yourself and in your business, whether it be time or money or both. If you don't have the money right now, then you need to invest the time. You need to put the time in. You may say, I don't have the money, but you got the time. Okay, the days are going to pass anyways. You might as well put the work in. Why small steps every day should be your goal. Every day is a day to get better. Stop taking a loss and giving up. If you fail at something in your business or something does not work out the way you thought it was going to work out, or something, or you do a pop-up shop and nobody shows up or nobody buys, you do a bridal show, you don't get any brides, so what? Take the experience, learn from it, try to figure out what you could do better. You get a bad review, figure out what you could have done better. Don't take this personally. Take it as a learning curve to do better. Every business will at some point take a loss. Deal with it and prepare for the win. Small steps helps you stay consistent. Making little progress even if you don't feel like doing anything. Make progress every day. And I'm not talking about throwing up some content that you just felt like throwing up. Do something in the back office if you don't feel like doing anything. But don't be throwing up no bad content. Stick to the plan, but be ready to change your approach. The goal should always remain the goal. The roadmap to get there can change. You can always throw in a curve here. You can always throw in a stop here. But the goal remains the same. Feel proud about your work and the process. If you got exactly what you wanted tomorrow, would you really be able to say, wow, the process was this, but I did it? Probably not. Because what processes you go through? It's a process. In order to progress, you have to go through the process. I promise you, if you move every day towards your business and doing something great in your business every day, before you know it, it's going to come that day when everything is going to hit, like the jackpot. Like you don't feel like you hit the lottery because you're going to be like, dang, did that just happen? Yeah, it just happened. If you guys believe that, put a 5 in the chat box. Light it up. Light it up. I need you guys to be fired up about this. I need you to be fired up about this. I do not want you guys to take an L and get down on your business. There is not a business on the face of this earth that has not taken a loss. So get that out of your head. And don't attach yourself to the outcome. You know what you want the outcome to be, but don't attach yourself to it. It'll drive you crazy. Bonus, organic marketing. What is organic marketing? Anything that you're not paying for. Paid ads are great, but they rarely work for mobile bartenders. And hear me out. It may get you seen, but if the people that your ad is in front of is not interested in hiring a bartender, what is the point? You think they're just going to remember 6 months from now that they saw your ad? Probably not. So you do better to take time to create organic marketing. These are some examples of organic marketing. When I was working in the bar and I had my bar job, when I would make drinks like this, my lemon drops, or just anything like this, this is memorable. This was a video that I just took stills from and made small other clips for it and made pictures. This is organic. This is what it would look like for me to be behind your bar serving you drinks. This is the setup. You see the fresh fruit, the mixer.